It's Fiction Friday, and I'm here with Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This is one of the best disability awareness books because it chronicles our hero Augie and his adventure into school. Augie stayed home for most of his life because of so many surgeries he had to have for a birth defect he was born with that really affects his face. Our journey with Augie started. That was just the few details of his birth. And I know you're all probably wondering what he really does look like. So, in the first few days after Augie has now joined school, we're going to pick back up with him and get the report that he's giving to his parents. Home. As soon as we had walked in at least half a block from the school, Mom said, "So, how'd it go? Did you like it?" "Not yet, Mom. When we get home," I said. The moment we got inside the house, I ran to my room and threw myself onto the bed. I couldn't tell Mom. I didn't know what was up, and I guess I really didn't know either. I felt very sad and a tiny bit happy at the same time, kind of like that laughing, crying feeling. My dog Daisy followed me into the room, jumped on the bed, and started licking me all over. "Who's a good girlie?" I said. "Who's a good girlie?" "Is everything okay, Augie?" Mom said. She wanted to sit down beside me, but Daisy was hogging the bed. "Excuse me, Daisy," she said, nudging her over. "Were those kids not nice to you, Augie?" "Oh, no," I said, only half lying. "They were okay." "But were they nice?" Mr. Tushman went out of his way to tell me what sweet kids they are. "Uh-huh." I nodded, but I kept looking at Daisy, kissing her on the nose and rubbing her ear until her back leg did that little flea scratch shake. "That boy Julian seemed especially nice," Mom said. "Oh no, he was the least nice. I liked Jack, though. He was nice." "Well, maybe I'm getting them confused. Which one was the one with the dark hair that was brushed forward?" "Julian." "And he wasn't nice?" "No, not nice." "Oh." She thought about this for a second. "Okay, so is he the kind of kid who's one way in front of grown-ups and another way in front of kids?" "Yeah, I guess." "Ah, I understand those," she answered, nodding. He was like, "So, August, what's the deal with your face?" I said, looking at Daisy the whole time. "Were you in a fire or something?" Mom didn't say anything. When I looked up at her, I could tell she was completely shocked. "He didn't say it in a mean way," I said. "He was just asking." Mom nodded. "But I really liked Jack," I said. "He was like, 'Shut up, Julian.' And Charlotte was like, 'You're so rude, Julian.'" Mom nodded again. She pressed her fingers on her forehead like she was pushing against a headache. "I'm so sorry, Augie," she said quietly. Her cheeks were bright red. "No, it's okay, Mom, really. You don't have to go to school if you don't want to, sweetie." "I want to," I said. "Augie, really, Mom, I want to." And I wasn't lying. So I'm sure you all know that asking someone what's the deal with your face or what's the deal with anything is not at all ever the right way to talk to someone, especially if you see someone who stands out as a little bit different or having a trouble adjusting or is looking for the right ways to fit in. There's always ways that we can reach out to people. "Hi, how are you? Can I help you?" Would be a great way, and never ever ever being rude or hurtful or trying to be a name caller like Julian was to Augie. Lunch. Via had warned me about lunch in middle school, so I guess I should have known it would be hard. I just hadn't expected it to be this hard. Basically, all the kids from the 5th grade classes poured into the cafeteria at the same time, talking loudly and bumping into one another while they ran to different tables. One of the lunchroom teachers said something about no saving seats allowed, but I didn't know what she meant, and maybe no one else did either, because just about everybody was saving seats for their friends. I tried to sit down at several tables, but the kids in the next chair were like, "Oh, sorry, somebody else is sitting here." So I moved to an empty table and just waited for everyone to finish stampeding and the lunchroom teacher to tell us what to do next. As she started telling us the cafeteria rules, I looked around to see where Jack was sitting. But I didn't see him on my side of the room. Kids were still coming in as teachers started calling the first few tables to get their trays and stand on line. Julian, Henry, and Miles were sitting at a table toward the back of the room. Mom had packed me a cheese sandwich, graham crackers, and a juice box, so I didn't need to stand in line when my table was called. Instead, I just concentrated on opening my backpack, pulling out my lunch bag, and slowly opening the aluminum foil wrapping of my sandwich. I could tell I was being stared at without even looking up. I knew that people were nudging each other, watching me out of the corners of their eyes. I thought I was used to those kind of stares by now, but I guess I wasn't. There was one table of girls that I knew were whispering about me because they were talking behind their hands. Their eyes and whispers kept bouncing over to me. I hate the way I eat. I know how weird it looks. I had a surgery to fix my cleft palate when I was a baby, and then a second cleft surgery when I was 4, but I still have a hole in the roof of my mouth. And even though I had jaw alignment surgery a few years ago, I have to chew food in the front of my mouth. I didn't even realize how this looked until I was at a birthday party once, and one of the kids told the mom of the birthday boy he didn't want to sit next to me because I was too messy with all the food crumbs shooting out of my mouth. I knew the kid wasn't trying to be mean, but he got in big trouble later, and his mom called my mom that night to apologize. When I got home from the party, I went to the bathroom mirror and started eating a saltine cracker to see what I looked like when I was chewing. The kid was right. I ate like a tortoise, if you've ever seen a tortoise eating, like some prehistoric swamp thing. So you can see that Augie's got some really sensitive realizations about himself, and everyone else is pointing them out too. So, as we talk about Disabilities Awareness Month, I hope that we can use Augie and a little bit of his story to help you think about the kindness that is in your heart that I know you want to give to everyone. Have a great weekend. Thanks for checking in with me again for Wonder. I've got it here in the library. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week. Remember, have the kindness commitment to everyone.